So welcome students. So in this question you're given a parabola y square is equal to 4x and you're given that you have a focal chord, that is a chord passing through the focus, whose one end has a parameter t, that is the point is t square comma 2t. Usually the point is at square comma 2at. For this parabola a is equal to 1, hence this point becomes t square comma 2t. So from a point t square comma 2t, if you draw a focal chord, the question is what is the length of this chord? What is the length of this chord? So this is a very standard question which will be taught in the theory. This is a result which needs to be remembered. So what are the corresponding results which you need to remember about the chord of a parabola? So the first result, so let me write the results which you need to remember. So the derivations will be available in the theory. So regarding chords, the things that you need to remember is, so if you have a parabola and you have a point A whose parameter is t1 and a point B whose parameter is t2. So if you join these 2 points, first the slope of AB, the slope of AB is equal to 2 by t1 plus t2. The slope of AB is 2 by t1 plus t2. Next, the equation of AB is y times t1 plus t2 is equal to 2 times x plus a t1 t2. So all of these can be derived very easily, but you need to remember this as standard results. So this is the equation of the chord, and the third result which you need to remember is the length of chord AB. So the length of AB is equal to a times t1 minus t2 into root of t1 plus t2 whole square plus 4. These are the 3 standard results which you need to remember. So there are a lot of other results, but these are the basic minimum which you need to remember. So slope of AB is 2 by t1 plus t2. Equation of AB is y times t1 plus t2 is equal to 2 times x plus a t1 t2, and length of the chord, any chord joining t1 and t2, is a into t1 minus t2 into root of t1 plus t2 whole square plus 4. And what are the standard results which needs to be remembered about focal chord? So the chord is a focal chord, means that the chord passes through the focus a comma 0. So if this chord passes through a comma 0, then the equation has to be satisfied by a comma 0. So if you put a comma 0 in the equation, you get 0 is equal to 2 times. So if you put a comma 0, a plus a t1 t2, this implies t1 t2 is equal to minus 1. So this is again a very standard result regarding focal chords. That means if you have a focal chord joining t1 and t2, t2 will be equal to minus 1 by t1. That is, t2 is equal to minus 1 by t1. And what is the length of the focal chord? So for the focal chord, if you know one end, or the parameter correspond to one end of the focal chord, the parameter corresponds to the second end will be fixed. It won't be variable. So you don't need t1 and t2. So if you take one end as t, the other end will be equal to minus 1 by t. The parameter of the other end will be equal to minus 1 by t. So what happens to the length of AB? So length of AB will be equal to a times t1 becomes t, t2 becomes minus 1 by t. So you have t plus 1 by t. So t minus of minus 1 by t is t plus 1 by t into root of t minus 1 by t whole square plus 4. That is equal to a times t minus 1 by t whole square plus 4 becomes t plus 1 by t whole square. Square root and square gets cancelled. So a times t plus 1 by t whole square. So this is the length of the focal chord AB, whose one end has a parameter t. So this will be the required answer. So given the parabola y square is equal to 4x, that is the value of a is equal to 1. So in our particular question, the value of a is equal to 1. Hence the length of AB will be 1 into t plus 1 by t whole square, that is exactly t plus 1 by t whole square. So this will be the answer to this particular question.